To my parents, my brother is the successful one, while years of my hard work were just desperate attempts. When he almost destroyed the family business, it was me that they called for help. I'm 28, the other son, not the golden one, not the one with the framed baby photo on the fireplace mantle. That honor has always belonged to my older brother Aaron, the successful one. If Aaron got a B+, my parents cheered like he'd won Olympic gold. If I got an A, that's what we expect from you, Shane. He was the football star. I was the kid quietly teaching myself to code on a used laptop. Aaron flunked out of college sophomore year, drinking, partying. Mom told everyone he missed his family. Meanwhile, I was grinding through a dual degree 4 states away, sending Christmas cards that never got a reply. After graduation, Dad's golf buddy got Aaron a cushy job at his car dealership. I landed a junior developer role. Mom said, "That's nice, honey, so you're still doing the computer thing?" Last year, I got promoted into a leadership role at a rising AI startup. Stock options included. Net worth exploded overnight. I didn't tell anyone. Then I found the house, the 2-story colonial my parents drove past every week of my childhood. If only we could afford something like that, Mom would sigh. I bought it in cash, planned the reveal for Christmas. At Christmas Eve dinner, Aaron snorted at my small gift. "Did you get that from a vending machine?" Dad frowned. "A real gift would be nice, Shane." I stood up. "You want a real gift? Follow me." 15 minutes later, we pulled up to the house. Mom's hands trembled as she touched the banister. I pulled the key from my pocket. "Merry Christmas. The deed's in my name. I'm giving it to you." Mom started crying. Dad looked stunned, then suspicious. "Is this a joke?" That's when Aaron lost it. "He's just trying to buy your love because he knows he'll never have what I have." I raised an eyebrow. "And what's that exactly?" He smiled. "The family business." I blinked. "What business?" Mom looked away. Dad found a sudden interest in the fireplace. Turns out Dad had been quietly building an empire for years. The dealership, plus surrounding properties. Multiple shell LLCs. He and Aaron were co-owners. They never told me. "You were always so independent," Mom whispered. I walked out Christmas morning, alone. I went home and started digging. I hired a forensic accountant. The audit found one beautiful detail buried in the operating agreement. If Aaron failed to bring profit for 2 consecutive quarters, his stake reverted to Dad. Aaron was failing. Bad reviews, staff walking out. The dealership was bleeding. I called Lexi, an old college girlfriend who now ran a private equity group specializing in distressed family businesses. Over coffee, she read me instantly. "You don't want to sell their business. You want to own it." We set up an anonymous investment offer through one of her shell LLCs. Aaron pitched the deal to Dad like it was his own brilliant idea. He had no idea the investor was me. No idea the consultant sent to audit. Everything was Lexi's hand-picked auditor. Then I dropped by the dealership unannounced. Planted the seed. "You know, I've been thinking about leaving tech. Real businesses. Legacy stuff." His jaw clenched. 2 days later, Mom called. "Aaron's worried. He thinks you're trying to compete. Can't you just let him have this?" Let Aaron have this. The theme of my entire life. A week later, we sat Aaron down in the conference room. Me, Lexi, the lawyer. He thought I was there to mediate. Pitched NFTs and virtual showrooms for 10 minutes. Then I slid the audit folder across the table. Inflated sales reports, tax filings 2 quarters late, and $40,000 he'd siphoned for marketing expenses, designer watches, and dinners with a minor reality TV star. His smile died. Lexi spoke flatly. "Under the co-ownership clause, your father has the right to revoke your stake immediately." Aaron went pale. "You set me up." "No, you set yourself up. I just let the consequences find you." He refused to sign. Stormed out screaming about betrayal. The next morning, Dad called. He signed. I took over the dealership that week. Lexi's firm restructured the books. We rehired the staff Aaron had driven out. Within 3 months, profits turned positive. That November, Mom invited me for Thanksgiving. I walked into my parents' house and saw new photos on the wall. Me at the conference, me at the dealership ribbon cutting. Aaron's pictures gone. At dinner, Dad raised his glass to Shane for showing us what leadership really looks like. After dessert, Mom pulled me aside, voice soft. "I'm sorry for how we treated you growing up. We just didn't see it." I know. We never spoke about the past again. Aaron moved out of state. Last I checked, he was running a YouTube channel about entrepreneurship. 72 subscribers. The latest video was titled, "How to Bounce Back from Betrayal." I didn't click it.